everyone. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, it's raining. Wait, quickly. It's raining. I have a lantern in my hand. Let's at least step into the university. That's the closest building. We'll step right in for a second. And hello, everyone. Let's look here. It's early, or it's late at night. Let me see what I can do here. Let's see what time of day it is. It is 23. It's after 11 at night for them. And I've got a bed on me. Interesting. I'll have to sort of reevaluate this first time in a long time that I've jumped right in without looking at anything ahead of time. And so we're going to, isn't that pretty? That actually looks really pretty. This is the lecture hall, which is actually the school in the Old English University. And it is definitely raining. Now, there are a couple people who live here, and this goes up to the living quarters, and they're not asleep. So let's go to sleep for a second. I'm going to go to sleep in the middle bed, like Goldilocks. And everyone's going to wake up in the morning, and no one will have been to bed. So see, there you go. They just zoomed off to bed right quick, and now they're going to go downstairs. Good morning. You go ahead, you guys. You go first. That's Hayden, and I think that's Dar, but let's look and see. Actually, let's look upstairs and see who that was. Who was that masked man? That was Cohen. That's right, the bartender. The bartender is doing research at the library until we have the resort open. And let's come here for a second. And Carter, the new kids on the block, we have children. Oh my gosh, quick, let's go check, because that's Briella and Nia, and we have 4 more kids who were still kids. And let's see if we can see them go off to school. I see lots of parents around, people who are dressed really fancy, because these are level 4 houses. These are parents who just dropped their kids off to school. And let's go to the school. This is the school. Estella is the teacher, and there they are. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at our kids. Oh, I'm so happy with this. So we have some kids, and this is really fun. I love when we have kids. So she is teaching, and she's doing her little magic trick. And up here, do we have anyone? No, so we only have 3 kids down here. That means that one of the other kids is grown up. Why do you keep doing that? Why? She's entertaining them with disappearing. It's probably to get their attention. We're going to find out who the other kid is, because we're going to go to the library here and see if we can see. I stepped in the water. Now I know why my sight changes, thanks to Mr. Villager. I know why my sight changes when I am in this area. Excuse me. It's early in the morning where I am. It is 6 a.m., a little after 6. And let's see who we have. So we have the parents. These are all parents here who are, and there is Briella, and you can tell, let me go to the Akasha records. I'm almost sure that Briella is one of our kids. We're going to move the Akasha records
Yay!
to a better place. Good morning. Hello. That was probably Dar. And let's see who our kids are. And Briella Viola was the first to grow up, and it says she's a student already. And Nia, they're both students. Tatiana, and do I see a kid? I don't see a kid. We have plenty of room for kids, and I don't see one. So that means whoever it was might not be feeling well. Oh, that little kid might actually not be feeling well and actually needed to stay home from school. Let's go back to the school for a minute. We've got people sitting in the dining hall waiting for breakfast. Let's go back and see. We have... But we actually only have 3 kids here. We have Jameson. We have... Oops. We have Amari, and we have Salem. And there's Veronica right there. I might have been thinking that Veronica was an adult, but there she is right there. Now let's go. Let's go and look. And Veronica is going to be right there. So let's look, and sure enough she is. So is she too far away to go to from here? 55. No, she's fine. So she can do her university studies from here. Salem hasn't graduated yet, her brother. And so Veronica and Salem came in as brother and sister, and they are actually Madeline and Leia's kids. And they live, all the kids live in the university area. What happens is families move into this area, and they raise their children, and you can see someone's growing. Ooh, someone's growing things. There's a lantern in the yard. Hold on. Let's pick up that lantern. I think we need it. Yeah. So it was probably me. I probably left my lantern in the yard. And there's Zoe, one of the moms. And Zoe is raising Jameson. Zoe and Cash are raising Jameson. And we figured out that Sutton and Violet are raising Amari, but it turns out that they might not be a family. We'll check on them again and see how they're doing. But let me look. Is this where Amari is? Yes, this is where Amari is. And tonight we'll check and see how they're doing. There are 4 beds in this building, and only 3 people live here. There's Alea, and Alea is just having breakfast.
It's
Hi,
a fine
Alea.
afternoon.
How are you? Alea is raising Madeline's kids with Madeline. They are partners, and Veronica and Salem are their kids, and so she is having a late 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She's actually having a late lunch, and that is Yasmin. Yasmin is the cook, and she's going down to the kitchen. And this is the university area. I'm going to cough for a sec. And there we go. All right, so let's check on the rest of the town. Let's go to the marketplace, and we'll see what Jack and Eli have found. They find things that we can buy. They're the shopkeepers. We're not ready to have the resort open yet. We're almost ready to have the resort open. I'd like to have one more set of kids, I think, before I do. I just passed the shops. I'm just coming over to see if Wade is working on something. Let's come in here and look, and he is not. So Wade is done with his housing. So all of this housing back here is a level 4. We now have level 4 people. This is all level 4 housing. And our shopkeep, there's Mia making a delivery. Mia is the sommelier, and she makes deliveries, picks up bowls, and you can hear Jack and Eli selling stuff. That cash register sound that you hear is them selling things. And here we go. Ayush, hello, how are you? It's nice to see you. I'm good. How are you doing? And let's see here. We don't need rail. Did I change something? I changed some things, yes. So we will show some of the things that we changed. We don't need any of the things that are being offered. We could take mushrooms, but that's not really a lot, so I don't want to take them. I'd rather buy them from another city. So we're not going to do that. And let's, the sun is setting. So let's see right quick before the sun sets if we can go and check. We're walking down the street between the cathedral and the town hall, and the street lights are on, and we're coming over to where the farm country, all on this side, and the left side is the farm country, and there's the cathedral at sunset. And down at the end of this road, we have a new building and a new house. So we have a house going up right here, and this house is, let's see if Maisie is working on this house. She is not, because she did the level 2. So we're going to have her continue and upgrade this house to a level 3. When this house is a level 4, then it'll be done for now, and Maisie can go on to something else. And you're doing awesome, just doing practice. Excellent. That is wonderful to hear. I'm glad to hear that. And just one second here for a moment. As a matter of fact, we can see that Wade has finished what he was working on. Let's come here and look for a second. There we go. Vincentius Primus is asleep. He's sleeping. He is sleeping. He will be up later. And we can't really see anything right now since it's nighttime. Let me take advantage of this new house being here, and let me see if everyone is in bed. Everyone is not in bed yet, so I'm going to go walk. Let's get a lantern. There, I've got a lantern on. And we are he's sleeping, and we don't want to call him back from the universe. And I'm checking around, just going through some places. Ooh, this is a level 4 now. We have some level 4 buildings back here. These are all level 4 buildings right now, and we're working on housing. Macy's going to bring that up to, why don't we go up here? Let's go inside for a second. I'm going to go into the warehouse, going upstairs to where people are sleeping, and we'll check and see if there is an extra bed up here. So is everyone asleep? Everyone is not asleep. So I still have to check and see. When everyone is asleep, it says all citizens are in bed. And so if you go to bed before they go to sleep, everyone doesn't go to bed, and it makes some irritable in the morning. Now that is a visitor. You see her shoes. She's got diamonds on her shoes, which means she's a visitor. I'm searching to see if Riley is upstairs and in bed. I don't see anyone sleeping in here. Hold on. Is that Maximiliano? No, that is Riley. And why isn't Max in bed? Hold on. Max is their kid. I think Max is their kid. And he's not in bed. Hold on a second. Is he stuck in one of his trees out here? He might be stuck in a tree. Let's come down here and see if I see any indication that he's stuck in a tree. I don't see any indication. Where is Maximiliano? I don't think we moved him to a different house. Let's check here. No, this is Alec, Kishore, and Lucas living here. And oh, I dropped my lantern again. Let's come out here. So where is Max? Let's call Max. There he is. Max, where are you? Go home and go to bed. I don't know where he was, but he's going to home and go to bed right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Max. Wrong parents. You were already... Oh, but look at that. Now it says all citizens are tucked in. So he wasn't home. And now everyone is tucked in. That's interesting. Okay, I thought he's not Riley and he's not their kid. He's not Riley and Mia's kid. He is Boone and Ellie's kid, but he still wasn't home. Boone and Ellie work here, and their kid is the tree farmer. And so now we can go to bed, which we will do. And then we'll talk about the new stuff that's happened. We had 6 kids, and 3 of them are already at university. And we'll go to sleep. And Wade completed working on one of the courier huts. And I think I have to assign him to work on some courier huts. I think I have to assign McKenna to work on some. It's morning. The warehouse is the first building to become a level 5, and Wade's house is the first house to be a level 5, and we'll probably do some decorating on Wade's house since it is a level 5. But right now we're going to go and check Eli and see what new things they found today. Lapis, I think that Riley is finding enough lapis, and we have a stew-melier, someone who makes stew, so we don't need any stew. Wow, look at that backpack. Look at that backpack for 783. I love that. That's wonderful, but we don't need one. I have a backpack on. I have a backpack, see? Let's see. There's my backpack right there. A gift from Vincentius Primus. And he gifted it to me when I started this new city. And yeah, let's come this way. Actually, and we'll get Wade. They're selling stuff. Let's get Wade and McKenna to work on the warehouse. And what they're doing is we have all the courier shops that need to be brought up. That's Marcus going and getting something to eat. And we need a new dining hall. There's Mia, and Mia's delivering food right there. But we're going in here and we're going to look at our couriers and see how many of them are level 5s. So this is a level 4, level 4, level 4 here. What do we have here? This is a level 2. Let's have Wade work on this. He's going to raise these up. He'll work on 2 of them. This is also a level 2. These are the last 2 that we can have here. These 2 couriers make 10. That's why there's no one here yet. We don't have anyone hired to make the full 10. But Wade is going to upgrade these 2. Let's come over here and let's have McKenna work on these. So McKenna is going to upgrade this to a level 5 and upgrade this one. McKenna is to a level 5 upgrade. And let's go upstairs and see if there are some upstairs that are level 5s. And we'll look. This is level 5. This is Master Courier right here. And let's look at this sign. Let's see who is here. This is Cade. And we're going to add Cade's name. I think we can. Let's see if we can. Yes, we're going to add Cade's name to the bottom of this. Now that this is a level 5, this is a level 4, this is a level 4, level 4, and level 4. Okay, so McKenna can work on, she's working on 2 downstairs, and then she'll come up and work on these. And there is Gregory coming to the warehouse to check on how things are going. Gregory is the importer, and he lives at the Riverport, but he has office at the Riverport, but this is the only warehouse we have, so he has to come here and check on things. Sean is here. This is our level 4 now. This is a level 4 recycling plant right here. And Sean is working on the machinery. At least I thought he was. He might have gone. There he is. Hi, Sean.
Hi. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Okay, and then Giovanni, good morning, Giovanni, and Liberty. Giovanni is our mechanic, and Liberty is our glass cutter. And these are level 4 places here. Let's look. Violetta is supposed to be working on housing in this area, and let's see what number this is. This is a level 3. Is it being... Nope, it is not being worked on. Let's have... I said Violetta. Let's have Violetta upgrade this house. When she gets done upgrading her own, let's go down and go out the back door. Hi, who are you?
So.
Hi, Trenton. What you doing here? Do you live here? Are you just home for the day? You sure do live here. Good gracious. Okay, how are you? I'm going to go by you. And then we can come up the stairs. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, no, not up the stairs. Just right here. Ah, look at this. This looks like a change. This is indeed a change. Look at the furniture. And then we have the stairs here. At least this one didn't change. She isn't finished, so I'm not going to change anything because Violetta's still working on this house. So we have to wait until she's done to fix anything that we think needs fixing, which a fire with a trapdoor over top of it is very dangerous. Unless it is one of these trapdoors, a metal trapdoor, so that they can't open it. And then we're going to come down here. And poor Violetta, what's the matter?
What is it?
You need black floating carpet. Okay, I know that Santino and we're going to have to get...
Good day to you.
I will work on that. What else is she asking for? And red terracotta. Ooh, two things that we can look at right now that we need to check and make sure that the shops, the Fletcher shop and the dye shop, know how to do those two things. So we're going to walk down the street here. We could cut through the tree farm. Why don't we do that? We're going to cut through the tree field where Maximiliano is growing trees. And right over here you can see some stairs going up to the dye shop. Right here, this is Santino. And yay, Wade has completed working on one of the courier that we just assigned him to. He's a level 5 now, and they are fast. All the builders are level 5, and so building begins to speed up really quickly at that point. And let's look at let's check here, and we need terracotta dyed red. So let's see if we see any terracotta. This is wool in the red field, and what terracotta colors do we have? And Wade's going to start on the other courier that he's supposed to be working on. Here's terracotta, and sure enough, terracotta dyed red. So he knows how to do that. Let's go and look and see Marissa. Oh, I know what's going on. Look, Marissa and Santino are raising a kid, so they can't respond. Ah, we don't have anyone to fill in for them. So I would have to make it. I would have to make the red terracotta and make the, or let me see if their kid is in university. Let's see if their kid's at the university. Nia, yes she is. Okay, so I think we can do something here. I think we're going to bring Marissa and Santino back. Nia is at university already, and she could go to class at the, let's see how far away this university hall. I think they both might be too far away for her. Nia might go to, if Nia's ready, we can have her move into one of the dormitories, and her parents are going to go back to work. But let's see. Nia is one of the kids that has been fostered by Santino and Marissa, and she should be right here. Let's see. And she is. So let's see if she's in second year yet. She is not in second year. Ooh, she is still in first year, and usually we let kids live with their parents, especially fosters live with their parents because for the stability, because they have had a very much disrupted life. Their parents, their actual parents are gone. They came here and are being fostered. They're from war-torn areas. And I think some of them hope that their parents will come. there was a time when we used to look for parents among the visitors, and every once in a while we would find parents who were searching for their kids among the visitors. So the work that's being done by some of the people is going to be delayed because of that. I've got Culkin, Gorney, Fudd, Shanny, and Chudderleys. No, the Chudderleys are actually Madeline's kids. Let's look for some names and see if we see any names that match our kids. Now, if we see names that match people that live in town, that means that they're visiting relatives in town. Hedrishams. I've had Hedrishams before. We've had, that name is new, the Mellow name. I don't think I've had anyone with that name. I've had Fuentes and Cheddar. There's Golding. What's your last name? Battle. That's an interesting name. I don't recall that name. And Colmer I've had, and Adcock. These are from old families that are in many towns. And who is this? This is Complin. And this is what happens. So we don't have any of the parents of any of the kids here trying to find their child, which is kind of good. I'm going to check the stick and cobble in a minute. We're going to come over to the stick and cobble where we have some more visitors. Let's look at this visitor down here. And this is in Ellington. I haven't had that name. Yet. I've had a lot of names, but I haven't had that one. This is an Alfrey, an Asger, and a Barentine, and a Moontail. And I've had all of these names. You'll have to excuse me. I am actually... And there's a Wilson. So, yeah, sometimes we find the parents who are searching for their kids, but a lot of times we don't. A lot of times we do not. And so I was just taking the chance this time. Let's go back and look at Nia for a moment. Now, Nia and Briella are both two of our children, and let's look at the people here and see, not parents. Let's see if we have another kid who's ready for school, and we do not. I love this. Thank you, Minecolonies team. The kids are nope, there's Amari. So there's Amari, and Amari is being raised by Sutton and Violet. And she is now ready to start university. And so we're going to have her be at the university. And there she is. And she is starting at 14. When she gets to 30, she'll be able to join the workforce. Between now and 30, she'll be able to decide what she wants to do with her life. Now, yes, some of the other kids started because of their housing situation. They were not going to get up to 30, and so they started work sooner. And it's kind of that thing where they were needed in the workforce sooner, and so they started sooner. And that's one of the things that we look for. But now that the town is a little bit more settled, the kids get an opportunity to study longer. And so we're going to have to make those two things that are needed. We'll have to give them to the builders because we don't have our two. So what Gregory will do is Gregory will find now copper. I'm looking at the people who we copper is by the mechanic, and the mechanic is Giovanni. Giovanni is definitely working. Bread, I'm going to have the baker make the bread. We'll check for the buttons. I'm almost positive the trapdoors, but we'll check. And everything else are things that have been made before, and she's just waiting for them to be made in order to work on this house. And you see she's got a bunch of things already. And so Maisie's working on that new house next to the new climate controlled. This is a climate controlled greenhouse that is going up behind that house. And this climate controlled greenhouse is one of the things that we have to look at research for and see how to get the climate controlled. Because when you go and look at the hut block right here, you'll see biome settings. And for the fields, we're going to set this biome setting for hot, and we're going to set it for humid. And right here, we're going to set this one for hot and humid. This is why we're doing this. And we can save the changes right here. So that means that these two are hot and humid. And so now, so the fields with climate control hub underneath them and properly enclosed can have their climate maintained by the horticulturalist. Climate control units are used to achieve the modified biome state and are generated from the configured adjustment materials. Biomes revert to their natural state when not actively maintained. So their natural state would be plains, and we want them to be jungle or desert because we want to grow rice and we want to grow soybeans. And biomes revert to their natural state when not actively maintained. Space your conditioned fields out to avoid inefficiency in competing conditioning settings. So for this field, which is going to be hot and humid, we don't have anything nearby. Mr. Villager, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hold on. It seems we are checking the greenhouse right now. Yes, we are indeed. And so we just set the fields, and then we have temperature materials. So we can add to make hotter, and there's all the different materials that we can add to make hotter or add to make cooler, and it shows what types of materials are needed to make it humid, because we need it to be humid. Now, do we need hot and dry? I'll have to look at soy and see. I think soy can be grown in hot and humid, but I can check for a second. And the way I can check is to look at this field and pick a seed. And this is saying, let's look for soy for a second. Let's see if we even see it. We don't even see it here, so that means that it can't be grown. This field is still, see that under there? See there's something there that looks different? So that means this field is still registering as, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, Mr. Villager? How are you? And let's go to, do I have one here? Not yet. Let's go into here. Let's go to food, Minecolonies food, and let's look for soybeans, and it's hot and humid, good. And rice is also hot and humid. So this is perfect. Both of them can go here. Quite good. Excellent. To the bam. Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. I'm very glad to hear that. Wonderful. And so, yes, so now when we have someone to work here, which we don't yet, let's look at workers. So this is creativity and knowledge is what's needed. And we haven't looked at the kids yet. So let's come and look at the kids. Let's see. Briella is not interested. Nia isn't interested either. And Amani isn't interested. That is very interesting. Cohen is the bartender, and he's kind of interested. And Miriam, the scout, is interested. That's curious. But we want the scout to do the scout things. There is something, Mr. Villager, and you weren't here yesterday. You weren't here on when I did the Twitch stream. And when I went to the pool, I'm going to rise up into the air for a minute. When I went to the magic pool, the wishing well, right here, and I threw in the new outpost flag and the diamond coin for the new outpost, the second outpost, what I discovered was it said you can only have one outpost. You can only have one outpost per city. And it was like, no, no. So I could do one of two things. I could either, what I probably should do because of that, and since V Knight, who is the style designer for classical, has not had a chance yet to upgrade his outpost. Yeah, has not had a chance to upgrade his outpost. We are probably going to have to change this outpost to a farming outpost because this outpost isn't working. And V Knight forgot, or something happened in the, it might not be V Knight's fault. It might have happened when it was transferred to Structurize that the beds are not connected, so no one can sleep here, and there's no builder, so no one can build the rest of the things that need to be here. And so, and there's no guard on a building. This is, we're in peaceful territory, but if you weren't in peaceful, this is out here on its own. It absolutely needs a guard. And so, yeah, and you already scheduling an exceptional empire in here. Yes. And so we've got our little town here, our little village, and because we are not on a server and we don't have any other cities we can join in this instance, we were doing an experiment and we were just going to join, have this outpost here to connect to Mr. Villager's people. Mr. Villager is the ambassador to the villagers in this area. We were going to connect him, his planned city. This is his planned city, which is still needs to be expanded. We were supposed to build 3 more farms right here. There are 3 farms on this side, and we were going to put 3 farms over here. And but we stopped working for a little bit because we thought we were going to be waiting for this to be done. So the choice is yours, Mr. Villager. I really like this. We don't need any farms here. We have the village farms. I would like to wait for V Knight to finish, to re-upload this classic style. And let's show what it looks like on the builder tool. I think I can do that. Yeah. And so let's go to here. And let's go to switch. Let's go to trade post. So these are the trade post styles, and the classic Greek style is what that is. And we're using the outpost from the classic Greek style. And it's the outpost that is not yet working. And the way we know it's not working is there's no builder here. So this is a level 5. See, there's no builder shop in here. And when we tried to house people here, the beds aren't connected. I can't put someone in bed here. And that's the level 5. So we have to, we'll have to wait until it's done, unless you say, Mr. Villager, and if you do, what I can do is have Wade come out and build a different version. So see this hill right here? We could possibly have one of the other styles put in. You tell me what you would like to do, because this is the only outpost we can have. The road to the east that we made for the second outpost is going to go to a second town, a second Minecolonies town, as soon as this one is to a point where I think that they can be on their own. And that's which is usually a level, that most of the buildings are level 5, and a lot of the decorations been done. And then we'll go to a new town. And so we'll have a new town that we can do. And when we have that new town, I'm still waiting for Mr. Villager to say whether he would like the outpost to wait for Green Night to finish to correct that outpost, or whether he would like us to start a different building there, which is great. Tell me which one. And then we'll do that, because the swamp road is, let's change it. Okay, let's make it functional now. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go back. Let's come down here. Let's go back over, and let's do that. Now, if any of you are watching for the first time, Ayer, who is the developer of the Trade Post for Minecolonies mod, which mods Minecolonies, which is the reason that I started this town, Jalapari. If any of you are watching and you don't know, this is going to go away completely, probably in about a year. And the greenhouse that we were showing earlier is the way that they are going to do Trade Posts for Minecolonies' first intention, which was to allow for biomes that you don't live in, the food that grows in biomes you don't live in, to be grown for your town. And their first idea was an outpost. And let's come here, because we can do it at night. And we'll do it like this. So let's come here and let's go to, and we'll look and see which one fits better of the two. Either the hills, or let's try the hills for a second. The hills outpost. I'm going to break the outpost here. We're going to break this right here. And that way we won't see, this is still valid, that right there. We have to join the outpost to the rail right here. We have to. And so let's see what happens. Who would guess that I was calling it by the UK English name? Hothouse. Ah, the greenhouse. Yeah. Let's come here now and let's look at this area that we have, and let's see how we can fit in the hills. Let's try hills first and see if we can get hills to fit in. I'm not taking anything away. He'll take it all away when he starts building. But let's see what it looks like. Level 5. Did I just get a level 5? I think I did. Hold on. So this is the hills version. And there's the train. I need that train piece right here. See that right there? I need to see how it's going to fit into this. So this is the level 5 of this. And let's come down and let's see how I can put this, connect the rail. And the rail is right here. Let's turn this around and then let's bring it down. And sure enough, there's the rail right there. So we could have rail. Yeah, it doesn't come back far enough. We could have the rail come back. Let's see what happens if we had this come back into here for a second. So this is the hill right here. And if we had the rail, see there's that rail piece right there. That is our rail piece. And there is their rail piece. So right there, it connects right there with this sitting back in this area right here. And look, this is how it would be. So they would add the dirt back into this section. As long as we can adjust it to our needs and preferences, we are not bothered by the change. Okay. And there we go. So it would look like this. And those buildings would not be there. Those buildings are on the farmland, so they wouldn't be there, sadly. You'll be able to change some things once it's built, but we have to get it built first. We've been staying, when we're here, we've been staying in the armorers. There is an armorer here, but they're not using their bed in their office, in their shop. They go home to their families. So we're going to use the bed this evening. And now it's morning, and look at that beautiful sun. And we'll come out here and look at this. So it would sit in this area right here like this. This is where it would sit. And we can see that it is still within the range. And I think it'll work. We're going to check right now and see what happens here. Let me try and set this down. So let us do let me make sure for a minute. So there's ours right there, and theirs goes all the way back to here. Hold on for a second. So we actually need this. This is the road right here, and their piece. I don't know. Let me see how I want to do it. This piece has to come out too far. It comes out too far from the hill. We could fill the hill in, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Let's try one more. Let's go to the other trade post style. Let's go to this style, and let's go to this outpost. Let's raise it up so we can see it. And let's turn it. And so if we did this style, we would sit it here like this. So let's come here. So it would sit out in this valley area like this. And at the level 5, it would look like this. I think we're going to use this one. I think we're going to have to use this one. I think we will. So now I just have to find where the train is in this one and add them. There it is. Yeah, this is the only one that's going to work here. There's our train piece right there. See that right there? Hold on. Let's come back. I can't cover that because I need them to connect. And there it is right there. So there's our block, and this is the block for this. This brings it out like this. Let's see if we're going to have a problem with this coming out in this way. Let's see what happens when we try and do this here. So it is connected. We'll probably have to put some land underneath this part. If they don't put any land under here, we'll have to put some land under here. When it gets done, we'll use the scan tool and do that. So that's the condition for every other build. Okay, and so it would look like this. This is what it's going to look like. It'll be sitting here like this and connected to the road right there, and we can see the road connection right on that part right there. Let me see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. So we can't do it because it already set itself up for this building. Blast it. See, it's set for this area. Let's try something here. I know. Let's switch to trade again. Let me see what I can do to make this work. Let's see if it'll fit in this square, period. So let's see the square. So I'm looking at this part right here, and it does fit. Is that my imagination, or does it not actually? Oh, there we go. So that fits on that side, but it doesn't fit on this side. Let's move this back to here. Okay, so it does fit in this square. It does fit in here. So then I just have to figure out how to match it up. It's not going to match up properly. See what's happening with the road? See where it is in relationship to the road. So we might turn it and try and get it. I think we're going to have to, I'm going to try and turn it and see if I can get it to fit and somehow get the rail to work with this. Let's bring it down, and let's get it on the ground, and let's get it inside this area. It has to fit in the area because the area for the outpost is the area for the outpost. So it has to be that these buildings have to fit, the outpost buildings have to fit within. So it's fitting within, turned this way, but we need it to be turned this way. And if we fit it in so that it's turned the way we need it to be turned, and put it in so that it's completely in. Let's look. So there is the border right there. Let's do one block. Now it's definitely at that border. And now let's see how far over we can put it. And let's see where it is. Look how deep this is. I don't think this is gonna work. It's not gonna work because we had planned it for this building. We've brought the marker. This is where the marker is. And the marker is not changing even though we removed the hut block for that other building. The marker is not changing to match this building. It's not changing to match this building. So, Mr. Villager, this is what I'm going to do. Because we have ourselves in a situation and I don't have any way of fixing it. This is not going to, because I set the other one first, it has the dimensions of the other one. And I can't set this one down and match it to the rail and still have it be inside the building because the rail marker is right here. And if I set it over this rail marker, I think it's going to destroy the marker. Do I want to try that? We can try setting it over the marker. It would still be connected to the rail and see what happens. We could try doing that. Let's see what happens if we try that. So let's come to here. I just have to make sure that it's completely inside. It is completely inside. This is the part where it can't go beyond there. So I can't move it. So see how it's here? And see where our place is there. Let me try and move this way. All right, so that part matches now, except this goes down. And see where this part is? See where the beds are? See where that bed is? There's stuff all there. So at level 5, it looks like this. So this is the level 5 of that. And you see, there isn't any place for that to be. This is right here. If I raised it up, it just isn't going to work for some reason. So the train in this one, this entrance is right here. And let me see. So if I bring this entrance down, that train entrance down to the ground right here. That's too far. Why is it not matching up? So when I raise it up, I can get it, but I can't get it from this side. See this side right here? Oh, that's because it's that far back. I think that's the reason why it's that far back. So if it's this far back, that's sitting right smack dab on the tunnel. So let me come here for a second. I can't go in. Oh, there's a fence there. Okay, to keep people from falling. See this? It's coming all the way back to here. And it comes all the way back to here. And this is the hut block right here, which means that we would have to build a new rail and the old one would be destroyed. Didn't I move it sometimes a few days ago? It shouldn't be an issue. I can't put it down. That's what I'm talking about. I can't put it anywhere. I can't put it down. It won't let me put down the hut block so that we can build it. It's saying that this square is the only place where I can put it. And in order to connect it to here, it would have to be right here. And this is beyond. See, there's our flag. And this is beyond the point. Even if we brought it right up to the flag, so that there's, just to make sure that it can't destroy the flag, we're bringing it right up to the flag, which would put it right here. Is it within? No, it's not. And this is what's happening. So even though I removed the other so that we could have it be here, it's not responding to that. What's the worst that could happen? That we wouldn't be able to put anything here. That's what I'm afraid of. That we wouldn't be able to put anything here. Let's try something. Let's try something else. Let's try this. Let's try to remove this. So now we don't have that. And look, the border has gone away. All right. So we don't have that and the border's gone away. Let's put this down where we want it to be and then put the border back. And let's see what happens. Let's see if we can do that. So here we have this. This is the rail right here. We want this to come down and match this part right here. So let's turn it, let's do the full level 5 and let's bring it down to where we see the rail. Now is it still saying there's a border? It sure is. It's still saying there's a border, which means that it is not connected. Which means that it's connected to the town and not connected to that. Once you have that flag done, apparently you don't need that flag anymore. You lose the territory, but apparently you didn't. Yeah, it's interesting. See, we didn't lose it at all. We just can't build on it. We just can't build anything here. So what I think I'm going to do, Mr. Villager, is when V-Knight fixes it so that it works, because we've lost so much time with it, I think I'm just going to I'm going to have the Mer Nation, the nation of mermaids, come in and build it when the time comes. I can't put anything down here because it's outside the border, which means that they won't go out. That if I put the farms or any of that kind of stuff, none of that is going to work anyway. None of it's going to work because they won't build beyond the point. And so the worst that could happen is we would lose the territory. Yeah, so I think we're forced to wait. I think we're being forced to wait for the classical Greek one that we have here, this classical Greek one that we have, to actually be fixed so that we can use it. We can use the train now, but there's nothing going on here. This is like an abandoned station is what it's acting like. And I could just go ahead and connect the station to your town and make it that it looks like that they are coming over to the station and can come in. But yeah, unfortunately, I wish I had noticed that. And I didn't notice. When I first looked at the classical, I was so happy that it was just I was so happy that it was just the station and not farms, that it was like, oh, this is wonderful, la la la. And what I didn't notice was that there's no guard tower in this tower, and there's no builder in this builder shop. That's what I didn't notice. And so without those two things, we can't get up to a level 5. There's no builder to build this. And beyond a certain point, the builder would be coming back and forth from town to build this the whole time. We could try the brute way. Well, that's what I'm talking about. I can brood it and it'll just be there for your people. My people will never be able to come here. And so we could do that. I could just go ahead and build it completely right here. Move it back to where it was. And then what it would be, you can see the rail matches right there. So that's the matching rail right at that point. We don't have a double rail. This is the level 5 right here. And so it would look beautiful and it would be like this, but it wouldn't work. And I could do that. That's what he means by brute force it. I could do that, and then this would sit here, level 5. Constructed. Boosh. There's the fireworks. And let's X. And so there it is. So this is the full outpost building the way it was supposed to look right here. And what we did was we took this piece here. We do want this extra track to be here, just to come to this wall, and this is the main track, so this works in this way. The main track comes to here, and that's a switch track if they want to move a cart to right over there. And then the building is here like this. And so we no longer need any of these pieces here, because there isn't really going to be anybody here. And there isn't going to be any of the townspeople are going to be here. So the reason we had these fences was because the townspeople were coming through. We're trying to come over the mountain to get to this instead of taking the train. I've broken the gate? Where? No, I haven't. The gate's fine. There's the gate. The gate's fine there. And then we have this office right here. And then over here, we have this right here. And then this goes right down into the hills. Goes down right into the hills the way it did. You mean as there is a border, what stops us from just smashing the common buildings in it, even though logistically inefficient? I did already. I took the hut block away. When you take a hut block away, the border, it should have changed, but it didn't. It didn't change the border, and it won't expand the border for the other building. It's saying that you can't. Now so for those of you who are watching, this is a relatively new mod, and the relatively new mod does not have hi Ayush, welcome back. The relatively new mod does not have edge case situations. This is the problem when you have new mods. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. If you're doing a mod right from the beginning, there's going to be things that they haven't thought of, or they haven't figured out, or hasn't been worked out yet. And this is one of them. And so we wanted to switch the outposts, and we can't, because the outpost that got set down first is now the only one that can go here. And it's probably because you can only build one. And why only one, I'm really not sure about. As hard as they are to build, I mean, even if you were someplace where you had more than one other biome that you wanted to go to, it wouldn't work. And so according to this, there's no flag here anymore, and there's no building anymore, and yet it still didn't change the fact that this is a place here. And what I mean by that is when I go here and look, see there's a border? That border is tied to the town, and that border tied to the town means that I can't move it, I can't put it anyplace else, I can't do anything. And so that is what we're looking at. So that's why we just put this here. And we can actually take down the front fence, because we don't have to worry about anything. So we would be able to chop down all of this fencing here. Or we can wait. We've got a level 5. When it gets fixed by V-Knight so that it's a working building, that means that V-Knight has to change the design, and then they have to give it to Structurize, and Structurize has to put it into Minecolonies so that it can be used. And when that's done, then we'll be able to have townspeople come here and be here. But for right now, we can't. So because we can't, and this is interesting, so we have, what's her name? We have someone who was supposed to be a scout, and she has good skills. I'm gonna go look at her. But I think what that means is that she is going to be, she might work in the greenhouse. And let's see, she's been doing a lot of studying, and let's say that she's decided that she actually was looking forward to being at one of these places where they have the farms. It's Miriam, and that she would like to do the greenhouse because she has the skills for it. You can see that she had things that were for a scout, mana, creativity, and things like that. And so we can see the mana, it's such a waste. I don't know that I want to do that. The mana, let me look at the focus for a second. The mana and the focus is so high that Miriam should be one of the focus is only 8 though. the mana is 20. Let's have Miriam. We're going to have Miriam join the druids. She was supposed to be a scout, and so we're going to have her join the druids. We're going to assign her to the university archery school right here. And if we assign her here, then her no, that's not going to work. That's not going to give her focus. What was that? Did you just step on that? She sure did. I wondered about that. What is that, some test? Hold on. Let me get some drains for a minute. What are they? Iron. Let me get some of these for a second, because she actually did step in that. Okay. Okay, Ayush. No worries. No worries. Let's put that there. I heard her step in that. In that open fire. So, no, we're not having a test by fire. I was seeing, but if she's going to be a druid, there isn't any way for her skills to get up. Except to have her be assigned with someone as a druid. Can she be assigned? This will be interesting. Can she be assigned, since we have an archer? Harrison's here. I don't think she can be assigned with him, but let's see for a minute. Nope, can't be assigned there. Let's go back to the guard towers that we have here, and let's look at... You can't assign a trainee. I don't think you can. So we have druids. This is really fascinating. So this town hall is a barracks, and that's how she's done it. She's put in barracks in the town hall. No, I changed it. I didn't realize I changed it, but I did. I changed it so that she would be a druid. I did. This druid station belongs to Underwater Base. That's right. So Josie is the only one I can have unless I change this one and make it so that this is also a level 4 right here. And have Miriam be here. Let me see what her focus looks like. Because focus, I don't know that focus changes that much. It has to, because she's up to 30. It has to change because she's up to 30. So we could either have her, because of the amount of mana she has. Yes, look at the mana. She's one of the top ones with mana that we have here. These are all our people. And look at, there's Lucas, who's a druid. Our blacksmith is a druid. Estella is a druid. And Genesis, of course, she's the enchanter. Estella's the teacher. And of course, Hayden is the dean of the university. And even Hayden, as the dean of the university, his focus is 22. That's interesting. So that means he already had that, because that isn't affected by what he's doing. And Pedro the doctor is a druid also. Amani. And this is Amani, the shepherd is a druid, which is interesting. The jobs who actually have druids, and Liberty is a druid. She's a magnificent druid. Liberty is Phoenix, Remington. So yeah, they have druid skills. Remy didn't want to be a druid, and that's how this got started, that he didn't want to. Remy didn't want to be a druid. And yes, he is. Bahush. So, I don't know. I think I'd like her. I think it's better if she does. We can have her. There are other druids who are doing the gardening stuff. We could have Miriam run the greenhouse. Let's try that. Let's see if she has any skills at all when it comes to running the greenhouse. We're gonna go down to the greenhouse now and see if we can get her to run it. And have I had anything to drink at all? Let's see. Okay, let's run. No, it's not so much that. Not confusing, just sort of trying to figure out what's going on. It's not really confusing in a way. It's just, what do you call it? Confusion is not the correct thing. I'm not confused about what's happening. I've got a situation. It's a situation. And I want to see what I can do with it. So we were talking about Miriam. And Miriam should be here. Cash is our builder. Jameson is one of the kids, and Jameson is now ready to go to school. Marissa is our Fletcher. Santino is our dye shop owner. Zoe is one of the couriers. Alea is our chicken farmer. Madeline is Madeline is I have to see. Oh, is the fisher? That's right. Madeline and Alea are raising kids. That's right. Salem is one of our kids. Sutton is the farmer. Would be more fitting than creativity, if there isn't already one. And here's Miriam. So it says, so Miriam's perfect to work here. So we're going to have Miriam become the first horticulturalist. And we're going to, she's living close to where she was doing research at the library. But we're going to move her to this house. This is going to be her house right here for now. And this is the house that Maisie is working on, and she's still working on it. Okay, good. So Maisie's working on this house, and so we're doing good. And this is what Josiah is supposed to be working on, bringing this up to a level 4. But I don't think, let's see if we can build options. The builder is Josiah. Upgrade the building. So we can bring it up to a level 4, but the research for getting this started needs to be done at the university. And I'm going to go to the university and see. You think adaptability more than creativity? I think that would be interesting. I think you're right, but it's too late. that is not a decision that I can make. What the building calls for is hard coded by Minecolonies and by Ayer to be that. And I'm not sure whether even Ayer hard coded the skill set. It might have been Structurized that hard coded the skill set, which is Minecolonies' other mod. Just design judging, yes. And what was I checking for? I was checking for something. I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of allergy attack here, and let me see for a second. Okay, that's what I want to do. Let's go down here. Just trying to think what I need to go to the university, but I want to be a little mermaid when I do that. So let's come here. So now I have hearts like a townsperson, like one of the townspeople. And we're going to come over here. I'm going to go to the university. I should have a light so I can see where I'm walking. I have a lantern in my hand. And I'm going to have a problem. I think I might have to do something about my snifflies. Let's come up here. I think my nose is going to run. And let's go to research economic. Although it's not in economic, it's actually in technology. And it's actually a part of the agricultural area of technology right here, biodegradable. Here it is. This unlocks the greenhouse, and then we have to do this. So requires, we can do this more efficiently. Requires greenhouse totaling level 2, 32 white wool and 16 clay. Makes more efficient biome conversion, and it's unlocked. And then advanced conditioning. This additional simultaneous biome maintenance. So if there were 2 different biomes, yep, I'm going to have to go for a second. Hold on. And here I am. So I haven't had an allergy attack in a long, long time. And because of that, I haven't done anything that would prevent them. I have things that work that are non-medicine oriented. In other words, they're not American pills or American sprays or stuff that a doctor would prescribe. I've actually managed to control my allergies without doing any of that. The only problem is that a part of it depends on where I spend my spring. And I just got here from another section of the country. And so I'm just realizing this is probably what happened when I was a kid, that the traveling caused me to be exposed to different pollen, and that pollen I wasn't prepared for. That your body kind of gets prepared for pollen, and my body wasn't prepared for it, and so this is the result right now. So between now and tomorrow, when I do my next stream, I'm going to work on it. There are a couple things that I do. There are juices that work really quickly, and also getting enough vitamin C. And there's also teas that work, that cut down the effects of it. And there's everybody. I need to put some kids in school, so we're going to come here and get the kids that aren't in school. And so Jameson is one of the kids, and he's now in school. And then let's find Salem. There's Salem, and he can be here too. And I think there's one more kid, and Veronica can be here. So I think all the kids are now grown up to the point that they can enter university, and they're all in school. Let's get Estella. We'll check at the school. We'll get Estella to come back, to go back. Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. Hi, Jameson. Salem. Okay, Salem. And we'll get all of the kids who are just starting school right now. They're still at home. Their parents are still taking care of them for the time being, until they get to their second year. And let's go to Estella. We're going to have Estella go back to research, since she doesn't have any kids right now, and she's cleaning up. Oh yeah, I bet you are tired. And so we see there are no pupils, and so we're going to have her. It's a very pretty dress. We're going to have her go back to doing research at the second university building right here. Who's this?
So what'll it be for you?
Hi, Cash. Cash is one of the dads. He's a builder, and I'm not going to walk in the water. And someone else is laughing about that. Let's come here, and we'll have Estella join Cohen. Estella and Cohen are here. Now, I would like to have one more set of kids before we start doing the resort. Because when we do the resort, the same way we have the parents are not working, if we have a resort, we're going to have a whole bunch of people not working because they're going to go to the resort and have a vacation. So I want to have the city at a specific point where that makes sense. So we got interrupted. We were going to do the research for Miriam, to be able to get this to work. And it's still being built, and Miriam's not here right now. She might be collecting her books and moving her belongings into her brand new house and doing stuff like this and saying goodbye to whoever she was living with, because I think she was sharing a house with somebody. And so we'll put her here. Didn't we have a bunch of people living together on the other side? And so let's go back and see what we need for doing the research. And there's all the moms and dads. And I know I could have them do research also. It would make them a little bit happier if I did. Just for the year. And we've done that in the past. So how many can be here? We could have the ones who are closer or the ones who are farther away. I don't know that any of them want to be here. I don't know that any of them. Estella is, we could have Zoe. We can have Violet. We could. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll let the parents take care of the kids and still be available for the kids for right now. And this is our Planned Parenthood. This is my slowing down my own build, and I completely get that that's what I'm doing. Let's come here and let's go to technology. And one of the reasons that I am a little mermaid here, which I can show that I have hearts, and let's see where I can show that. There it is, right there. Is because I don't want to automatically do any of the research. I like that they do research. I like the length of time it takes. I like the timing of a lot of different things. So we slow things down specifically, deliberately, so that I have a chance to actually play, have a chance to enjoy the lives of everybody. And so here we come here. So we need 32 white wool and 16 clay. And I'm going to get a pencil and just write that down because I don't usually remember those kinds of things. So I'm going to write it. 32 wool, and it has to be white, and 16 clay. And we also need snowballs, 16 snowballs, and that is 64. Wow. Cocoa. So that's the first things that we need in order to get insulation. And when those are going to be researched, that research is going to take 2 hours of Earth time. And so that's one of the things that we're going to do. So let's come here. Let's go to, let's go to the post box, and we're going to order, we're going to see if we can order some of those things. If it says that it's going to be delivered right away, that means, or that it's going to be made, that means that we've got it. The snowballs might be a problem. I might have to see what I can do about that. So let's come here and let's go to the first one is wool, and we need white wool, and we need 32. So we need 32, so we're going to request that. 32 wool, and that's going to be delivered. Now I know we have a ton of clay, so 16 clay is not going to be a problem here. Clay, and where's the little, there it is, and we need 16 of those, and we'll put that in, and that's going to be delivered. Sure enough. Okay, now we need 64 cocoa, and I don't think this is going to be delivered. COCOA, and we need a full set. And then of the snowballs, we need 16 snowballs. And there they are, and we need 16. And request that. Oh, we have enough cocoa. Wow. So the cocoa is going to be delivered. The snowballs are not. So there we go. So we're going to get a portion of what we need. And then the other thing that we can check is, see these guys here? If they get some snowballs, wouldn't that be interesting if we got some of these rares here? So right now we have apples, we have jungle saplings, none of this we need. We will get saddles from the fisher when the time comes. So if we don't make them, if we don't have our Fletcher make them. And so those are kind of the things that, let's come here for a minute. Let me look at saddles for a second. and see who this is. So the fisher finds them. So this is not something that can be made. The fisher has to find them. And there is research for the fisher. And I'm going to check and see what's needed for that research. We haven't done any of that in a while. And I want to check and see about that. And Mr. Villager, I'm sorry about the thing with your village, but we do have a working train now between the two, and it can just be worked by your people. I can put places over there, maybe expand that village, help expand the village in a way that maybe we can have your people working at the trade post, and that would be interesting. So I'm not sure Mr. Villager heard me say that in chat. We'll see if he's still there, because this is only Thursday, so it's not a Saturday, so he has stuff to do. So let me come here and let's check for technology, and we are checking for something that would help the fisher, and I don't know whether that's this or whether it is actually civilian. Let's look here and see if it's civilian. We don't need people climbing vines, so we're not doing that. I don't want people to stay up later. I'm not doing that. I do want to have a festival, and that'll be fun. And then we do want to get them to eat more. And so we do need 128 cookies, which we can order that and have that be made. The cakes, I'll have to see about. Here's scuba right here. And I thought there was something that allowed we're down to the Undertaker, so I think we're at the bottom. Right, and we're doing resilience, vitality. All this is done. This is level 4. No, this is level 5. So we have the level 4 stuff done for a lot of this. We don't need our Undertaker yet to have all their abilities. We're doing education as opposed to hormones. We don't want the kids to grow up fast. And so that's, we have the luxury of having the children grow up at their own pace. And so that is one of the things that we're doing. And we're not at war, and we don't need to replace guards and fighters. Circus, and I don't see it here. I thought there was a way. So maybe it's not this. Maybe it's where they're at. And if it is, that means that it's nighttime. Do I want to, it's after midnight. Let me go up here. I'm going to, there's an extra bed up here, and we're going to sleep here. Cohen's here and Hayden's here. They're already asleep. I'm going to go to bed and wake up in the morning, and I'm going to quickly rush out and give them their privacy. Boink! Yes, I just jumped off of that loft like I was a mermaid. And let's come down and let's go to the fisheries and let's see what level they're at. I think it's the level, since there isn't any research there, it's the level that will do that. And what is Miriam asking for now? Miriam says she needs to make these, and I will work on it. Let's see what it says here. So all she has is bowls right now, and she has a lot of them. She's holding on to her bowls. Well, she's moving, so I think that's why she's holding on to them for a moment. Let's come over here to the fisheries and see what level they're at. I'm going to have to, why don't we do this so that the grass won't keep growing right there. let's take one of these right here, and I can't do that now. Okay, so we'll just set that. This is a level 3. Here's our problem. Houston. McKenna is probably not working on anything. Let's do, oh, I know who's not working on anything. Let me check and see what he needs. If we have too much stuff that...
Okay.
A frame sea lantern, I will work on that. If he's not getting it, might mean that we don't have any lanterns left. But he is waiting for a delivery of dark oak, but I don't see the sea lanterns being delivered. He might have some already, so we might need some deliveries of some things from Arnarluk, which is underwater, or Seabridge. Seabridge probably has the best chance of exporting to Jalapari the sea lanterns, because they're near the nation of Tana, they're near the capital, and so they're very close to the cities. Arnarluk is in the glacial seas, and it is there specifically to be a druid sanctuary. It was meant to be hidden and to be a sanctuary for the druids. Hi. Hi guys. Hi Trenton. How are you doing? And so we'll continue. Let's go back and look at business for a second. And that is Gilbert. Gilbert is our chef. And Gilbert, we need another chef. I don't think that Gilbert is making any of the regular Minecraft bread. I think we have it turned off because I didn't. Ooh, look at this. He can make pasties if we had peas. And he can, what's that? Do you see that? So he needs a pastry. Oh, this is fascinating. And then he can make a sausage pizza, not just the regular pizza. And he's not showing any pizza on his list yet of things that he can make. These are new foods. These are new foods, and I love it. Peach recipe. Let's look for pizza for a minute. I know I've gotten distracted. So these pizzas, there's a cheese pizza and there's a vegetable pizza. No, that says Mr. Crayfish. These are Minecolonies, and this is Minecolonies. Oh, the sausage pizza is from the gardener. I see. So that might not be new food at all that we saw. The broccoli and stuff might be from the, that's why they don't appear. PRO. That's why they don't appear. They're greenhouse. Ah. They're not. They're greenhouse. Okay, well, this is interesting. So we would have to have another greenhouse to grow, if we wanted to grow broccoli, to make broccoli cheese casserole. We'd have to see where it is on the list. I'm glad I saw that. I was saying, yay, there's new food. Not really. There's modded food, but that modded food is closer to satisfying than the others. See, it's here, and it's up to a level 3 or higher. So that food has been included into Minecolonies' food system, unlike Farmer's Delight and some of the others where they're at a lower level food-wise. They are not included as yet into. Here's the bread right here. We're going to enable it so that he can make some bread for the builder who's asking for bread. And we'll do that. That was what that was all about. Hello, Marissa. And we'll come down here. Marissa is our Fletcher, who is on vacation right now while she fosters a child. And let's go back into the university, back and talk to Hayden for a second about doing some other research and seeing what we need. So I was trying to see if there was something else that would help us. But right now, what would help us is we've got all of that done already. So we're all the way up on our health, healing saturation. We could do stuff for the Undertaker. We'll do that later. We are all the way up on the book learning for the kids. Everyone knows how to swim. We already have first aid, the citizens' health points. We also have vaccines and masks. And so we just need some more food, which is why we're going to do the cookies. And then we need, no, I'm not trying to make that go away. And then right here, I clicked on that, and so it thinks I want to undo it, but I don't. We're not ready to build it up to 250. We have 100 right now, and we're at like 80, I think, 81 maybe. We can check and see. So there isn't anything here that we want to work on. So really, it's a lot of economic stuff that we want to do. We already have 9 lives for the trainer, so that the trainer can save the pets. And I'm so glad that that's there. Bottomless inventory. Purchase common or uncommon items as many times as you like while they're available. And we haven't done the research for this yet. And we need 4 emerald ore, an ender chest, and 2 diamonds. So I'm not really ready. Sorry about that. This is all still my allergies. Sorry. I'm not really ready to do that right now. I don't really care so much. This increases the chance of visitors shopping. We have more than enough visitors, which is why we're not doing that one right now. We could do this, but this requires a level 5 recycling center, and we don't have one yet. And this one here, the train station, we have, and this increase the amount of items that can be traded per building. That's if we had an outpost. I'm almost sure that's what that is. And we don't have one yet. So we can't do anything about that. Now with the vacations, I need to have someone working so that I can get 16 daiquiris. I only have 8 right now. And over here, this is interesting. So this is to increase marketplace rare finds. We would need a gas tier. That's pretty rare. And a trade coin, a gold coin, and nether gold ore. And let's put that in. Nether gold ore. We'll have to request that from one of the other cities. And the gas tier from one of the other cities, and Genesis could make the coin. And then we could have that research be done. That's the only one right now. Yeah, until we get the bartender. We can't have the bartender work until we have someone to do services. And we did have, Estella was supposed to be doing services, but she decided she wanted to teach instead. So we'll see if one of the kids wants to do it. And one of the ways that we can see how people are leaning the kids, because they're just in school and they're trying to decide how they're going to fit into the town. So when we come here and look at the guest services, Sutton is Sutton's a dad, Violet, Alea, Cash, Madeline, Marissa, Santino, Zoe, Carter. Cohen is the bartender. And if we go to bartender, you can see that Cohen is set up. He's one of the kids, but he wanted to be a bartender, and the only reason he's doing research is because the resort is closed. Mari, let's go back to guest services. Amari would be good. Look at that. You can see that Estella was good, but she doesn't want to do it. And Tatiana is the combat nurse, and she doesn't. Briella is not bad. Briella or Estella are in a good position. And yes, so we do. I said Estella, I meant Amari. So Amari and Briella, yeah, that's curious. Look at that. Briella would win out, but I think Briella is scheduled for something already. Let's see. She already was looking at something that she wanted to do, and let's see what it was. Dining hall. She wants to run a dining hall, and that would let Amari be the possible, and we'll put it here, possible guest services. So that means that as they continue their education, they will lean towards these specific new things. So for instance, she's going to lean her education towards being a guest services provider, which is actually kind of good. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, so it's nighttime again. I think I'm going to check right quick at the post box and see if we got any of those things that we needed. Remember, we're probably not going to get snowballs. Sure enough, so snowballs have to be ordered, but everything else we have. So let's take these pieces and we're going to go over to the researchers, and we're going to get them to research. This is why we are Little Mermaids, so that we can get the research done. So we'll get a couple of those done, and then we need snowballs. And we'll have to get them from one of the other towns. Now, obviously, Anaraluk, who's in the glacial oceans, is going to have no trouble at all providing snowballs for us. And we just have to wait until they arrive, until they're delivered. So let's go into economic. And it's actually in technology. It's a part of the farm area, and we'll come down to farms, which are down here. So we did do the unlock the greenhouse, and now we can do this, which is more efficient biome conversion. And then we'll do the next one. I'm going to put the cocoa beans in here so that I know I have them. I've got a lot of stuff here for all sorts of things, but I don't think that any of it is going to do me any good right now. Let's look one last time at technology. I see those emeralds, and I want to see if there was something that I needed the emeralds for. See, we're not doing the warehouse master yet. We usually do those really later on. And minimum order quantity, I don't really care about those. We'll do them later. Builder modes, we already have that because I'm an ambassador. And heavy machinery needed 512, and we don't have enough redstone for that. So I think that means that if we have 3 in there, I think we need 4. 3 4s are 12. but it didn't work out that way. So I thought we just needed 3. But that's more. I know, I can't do addition right now. So what's the other one that has 2? 64, 64, 4. 4 and 4 it is 8 and 4, but it's not. It says I don't have it. So let me see how much is actually here. I have 64, that's 3, but it's saying it's not enough. So I must need more than what I've got here. Unless it's not doing this anymore. Let's put these, let me take these here. It was doing it from here, but what if it's not doing it anymore from there? Technology. Let's come down to where the redstone was. Nope, it's saying I need way more than that. And silly me, all I have to do, I know I'm not adding properly. I know I'm not. See, it's only half. So 4 is only half. So we need 8 stacks of redstone in order to do that. So let's take these out and put them back in here. And we'll order 4 more stacks of redstone. Let's hope that Riley has found that and that we can use it. I think that the deep slate iron we don't need anymore. We'll look at some things later and see. But this is the stuff that is fun to me. So I'm only when Mr. Villager was talking about what was happening with the outpost. I'm not frustrated by it. I'm not confused by it. I just am trying to deal with where we're at with it. So we need 4 more stacks for that. And I think that's it. Other than that, I need 9 cakes. And then we can have a festival. So we'll probably do, try and get the 9 cakes that we need as well as the cookies. So 9 cakes. And we'll request 9 cakes. And I think we're good. And that's interesting that golden carrots for the night owl, because carrots are good for eyes. Carrots are also good for allergies, and that is one of the things that I use. But I specifically use the fresh juice, and fresh juice is fresh juice. It pretty much needs to be fresh. It can't be raw juice. It has to be fresh raw juice in order to get it to be okay. And so that's one of the things that I use to deal with my allergies. All right, so it's raining again. I don't think we're going to do anything else right at this moment. I want to check on the builders. I want to check on the kids. I want to see if the parents are too restless and if we want to either have them join and do research or if we want to do something else. Let's quickly go to sleep. Whew, that was close. That was close. Okay, so we can go down and check the marketplace, but I'm going to wait until they leave. Till Cohen and Hayden get dressed and leave, and then I'm going to get dressed. So the townspeople have asked me in the past not to change from a mermaid into a little mermaid. In other words, having hearts in public. So I always wait until I'm in an enclosed area. Oh. Hayden, why did you come back up? Okay. Hayden, why? All right, fine, I won't do it here. He's saying, oh no you don't. Don't do it in my house or I'm gonna want to watch. Okay, fine. I mean, he's a researcher. Of course he wants to watch. I want to see how you change. No. I could let him. We're gonna go down. I'm just gonna go down to where I am. So just a second. Let me put this down for a moment. Oh no, I made it go away. So I'll have to find it again and bring it back. Let's come here. Let's go down into the supply camp in the town hall. We'll shut the door, come down here, and I'll change here. He actually wanted to see me changed. That's what he was saying. No, I want to see it. I've never seen it before, and I want to see it. No. And the reason I'm saying no is because they're curious and they want to, and then they're horrified. And so we'll just have it be what it is for now. It is the nature of who I am. All right, so we're going to check on the kids and see how the kids are doing. So we have some research going on. We have the kids getting some stuff done here. Let's check and see how they're going. Oh, lots and lots of kids here. And let's see. So Amari is, and look at Briella. Briella is at the stage that the other kids were at, where she reached 20 and she could get a job at this particular point. But I think we're going to wait and have them go up to 30, which is where I normally have them graduate. 30 is a full bachelor's degree, is what I'm saying. And so we'll have them go up to that. Nia is interesting. Nia's been here a while. Nia might not be interested in learning. And if she's not interested in learning, mana and focus are down. What are the athletics? She does have some athletics. And hold on for a second. Let me look at archers for a minute. Because she has been here for a while. And she doesn't seem to be interested in studying. So hold on for a second. Archers are agility and adaptability. Her agility is 5, her adaptability is 7, so she isn't interested in that either. So we'll leave her for a while and we'll see what she wants to do with her life. That is most curious. But she doesn't seem to be leaning towards any her education. Notice how everyone else, Veronica and Salem, are at 19, which means they're going to go into second year in a little bit. When the kids go into second year, they move into the dormitory. So Briella and Jameson are ready to move into the dorms, and their parents can go back to work. So let's come here. We're going to go downstairs and move Briella and Jameson into the dorm. Now Jameson, I'll look at his name in just a minute. Here's her dormitory here. And Jameson's going to move in on this side. And yep, he's going to be right here. So he's going to move in here, and then Briella, close the door, and Briella's going to move in over here. And sure enough, there's room for her. So she's assigned here. Now, Luna is living here, but we can move Luna into one of the houses. Estella's living here. She can also move into a house if necessary, as soon as we have other kids, because this is really where the kids are supposed to be if they're not living at home. So let's see who's here. Let's come to here and look and see. I think this is Amari's house. So Sutton and Violet are still waiting for Amari to get through to her second year of school. And let's go to here. And I think this is the Chudderleys. So they're all still in, so they're still waiting for Veronica and Salem to get to school. So they're fine. So the two parents who have kids who are gone are Zoe and Cash, yay! So Zoe and Cash are going to go back to their house, and their kid is staying in the dormitory. And here, let's come here and look. And this is Nia. So where's Brielle? If that's Nia there, do I have another house? Hold on. How did I skip a house? Hold on. One. The Chatterleys are there. Let's see who's here. No one's here. Oh, so that is Brielle, right? No, that's the one that I just did. Hold on. And this one is Nia. Oh, were they raising two kids together? They were. They were raising two kids together. Let me look at Nia. Nia isn't Nia the one who I was saying was not doing anything? Nia might not want to, let's see which parents these are. Nia, it looks like Nia doesn't want to, she wants to live with Marissa and Santino for a little bit longer. She's not feeling as secure as some of the other kids about her new home, her new life. Hi, Mallory. Mallory's our alchemist. And so that might be what's going on there. So, yeah. So even though we have Brielle here and Jameson here, yeah, I think Jameson was living with the other family. And sure enough, so there's Violet. Violet's doing some housekeeping and waiting on Amari to come home. Amari and Sutton to come home. And we'll check in now and see how they're doing. We do have extras, and this is the thing. We have extra people who are doing tree farming. We have extra people who, Miriam, I know. Let me get the materials. I'm going to get you some materials. I need to get Miriam the materials that she needs for humid, hot, and humid. And remember, I did the research for hot and humid, but I still need to get her the materials that she needs right now for hot and humid. So we'll do that. So let's come here and let's look. Remember, we were supposed to put a road piece there too. So temperature, materials. Wait, what? Biome settings. So we have the biome settings done. Temperature to make hotter. We need to add some of these. And this says how much hotter it's going to make it. You can see that we could use torches, we could use campfires, we could use buckets of lava, and I think we actually have some. So I'm going to suggest, I'm going to suggest 1 bucket of lava. And we're going to pick a bucket of lava to do. Block of coal we definitely have. So let's select, I just selected that, right? Okay, now let's add a block of coal. Let's add 3 blocks of coal. 3 blocks of coal. Select block of coal, and there we go. So those are added to make it hotter, and then to make it moister, to add humidity, we would need kelp, seagrass, wet sponges. Ooh. Large bottles of water would make it 55, but what we really need is like a heart of the sea or something like that. If we use buckets of water, we could do buckets of water, or we could request wet sponges. I like wet sponges. You know, that at our Naraluk we have a ton of wet sponges. And I think we're going to order 10 wet sponges from a Naraluk and bring that back. And so for now, we're going to put wet sponges. We're going to put 10 wet sponges. And so these things, so now she will request these things be brought, and that will help. So it's only saying 1 wet sponge gives 55. Now we'll see if we can double these things. We might not be able to. See what it's saying? 1 wet sponge. One bucket of lava, 1 block of coal. So we might not be able to duplicate those things. We might have to add something else. A conduit. Wow. A conduit is what we want. But we could do kelp. We could select kelp. I know it has this thing up here that says protected items. Oh, so they don't. I'm sorry, I'm reading it wrong. Protected items means that the worker will leave this many in storage. Oh, hold on. Let's go back. Let's X for a second. Let's X that. I don't read. A lot of times I don't read. Hold on. Okay, so let's do that again. Make hotter. And let's just select this. We don't need any protective items of lava. So we're just going to let her be able to get as much lava as she wants. And so let's add this to the list right there. Temperature adjustment here. Did that. Okay, and then let's go to humidity. And humidity, I don't have a conduit. We have kelp. We're not using kelp to make sushi yet. I don't want to do that. Seagrass is going to be hard. I would rather do sponges. I would rather bring sponges in for, we could do bottles of water because they do bottles of water. Why don't we do bottles of water for right now? Because we can get the baker to make those. And that's as reasonable as we want to do. Minimum stock order. I don't want to set a minimum just yet. Let's see how this works. Let's see what happens. And we have Josiah working on this. And how are we doing for time? Let's come here. What don't I see here? She's waiting for something, and she's not going to get done for now. And Josiah's also waiting for something. They both need something from the Fletcher. And so Gregory is going to order it. Can't wait to see it in action. Me too. Josiah is waiting for a framed sea lantern. So yeah, sea lanterns. Let's put sea lanterns on the list just in case we don't have any. It's possible that we don't. And we'll put them on the list for Gregory to get from another city. And we'll do that. And it is nighttime in her house. Let's go to her house here. She's sleeping upstairs. This is a level 3, I think. So there are enough beds up here. I'm going to share her house with her. And we can see what happens in the morning. See how this works. Now, I don't have the fields decided on yet. And maybe I should put the seed in the fields as well. So let's do that. There she goes. So I'm going to say I will work on it. I will work on it, and she's going to go get food for the morning. And in the meantime, I don't think we can pick a seed until the biome changes. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Oh, interesting. I do not think we can do anything until the biome actually changes. Oh, that is fascinating. Oh, I actually like this better than the outpost. I like this better than the outpost. And the outpost then doesn't conflict with Minecolonies. I don't think it did anyway. That's part of the reason that it got added, was that my trade post for Minecolonies didn't conflict in any way with Minecolonies' own plans. Let me come here for a minute. I'm going to put in, while we're waiting, I'm going to put in a road piece right here. Let's put here, let's go to Old English, let's go to decorations to roads. This is what I do. I was just getting something to a turn road. There we go. So this is a turn road right here, and we need it to be on this right here. So see where that entrance, there's no entrance there. Hold on a minute. Boinky. There we go. Let's bring this over and set it right there. And then let's set it into the ground, and there it is. So it is on the other side of this house. So that might go away, but we'll see in a minute. And this is what we want here, and let us construct it. And let's X, and let's look at what we've got. So we're gonna need right here, and we're not gonna have one here. Let's take that away, and let's put in this area. Let me get the pieces from my backpack that I need. I need smooth stone, and we have the dark cobble we can get. Hi, she's delivering. She's delivering something. Dun, 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 dun. 3, 4. Let's take these out. And let's put that into that section right there. So that takes care of that part. This is going to join here. We don't have any on this side. So if we do have water, this is the sidewalk right there. And this is not sidewalk. This is where fence was. And that's why there's that double sidewalk piece right there. Let's have the water come down to here. We need a piece here. So let's put that in. This is sidewalk. But I need the road to be here. I know, I just hit that by mistake. And let's come here and put this in. All the water's spilling out. And there we go. So let's go to the backpack and get one of these. And we can put one here. This is a drain right there, and a drain here. And that'll take care of that. I might as well put this in, right? Let's put that in to keep the water. And that joins these roads together right here. Now I think this is mine, so I'm going to remove these. I think we put these in. There used to be road here, and I think that's what that is. And then I need this piece of sidewalk to be here to join up with this. This is sidewalk. And since that is off, let's put that in and let's see if that works. We'll put that part in. And so this is the main entrance of this, and this is now attached to the road. So that was an interesting thing to discover, that they will, I still think I want to plan for the humidity. I know that they're supposed to get water. It looks like they did. Ah, the bucket's empty. Let's see what this says now. It says it's still a plains biome there. Let's see if it's enough here to change this one. And this is still a plains. So we haven't done enough and represented by their looks. A cultural aspect and represented by their looks. You mean a cultural aspect like Nordic and the one you were making for tropical and that kind of cultural aspect? Is that what you mean? Mr. Villager, I'm reading Mr. Villager. It reminds me you're struggling to define how to do the villager's looks. How do you represent an anarcho-mutualist? Anarcho-mutualist. Do you know that all the biomes has different looks for them? Oh, the biomes already has looks for them. Yeah. I think I can find. Let's do that for just a second. I'm putting those things away. Let's put the shovel away too. Yeah, where are we in time? Let's go here for a second. Let's go to the map. And the map was updated, which is why we have that. Let me see. I think we have a group of people. Let's see if I have a desert town. I don't think that's a town. I think that's a... I think that is a desertion where there used to be a Minecolonies town there, and it isn't there anymore. We can check, though, and see for a second. Let's teleport to here. And I teleported inside the ground. So let me go back to where I was. Let's go back to, let's teleport to here. Teleport to there, so I'm in the water. See, that's how low I was. And let's look at what this is. Yeah, I believe that this is, yep, there we go. There's a tree farmer right there. So this is an abandoned village. Whoa, look. Look. It's a hyena or a coyote or something. Can I see what it is? I don't think I can. Let me see. It's not showing me. Wow. I have not seen that before. So I don't have a village here. There they are. There's a tribe of them up in those hills. You can see them on the map. Let me go back to the map for a second and see if I can find a village to show Mr. Villager how they're this one doesn't have any people in it. That's a skeleton village right there. I'm trying to find one that's in the desert because there definitely is desert looking people. It's a mesa wolf. Oh, nice. I had never seen one. Let's come here. I'm going to teleport to the water. It's easier for me. And let's see if right off of that area there, if there is a town, it would be in this direction. Let's come this way and see if we have a town. It looked like there was some sort of structure, but I might have been seeing these trees here and these odd places. Okay, so we're coming back this far, and that's exactly what I was seeing. So when we look at the map, That looks like something there, but I think that is not. I think that is a dungeon. It's going to be a dungeon, a skeleton house right there. We can head in that direction for a moment. We are heading in that direction at night. We could sleep in the trees just so that we have the daytime. Let's do that or we can sleep on the desert. Desert sand, so pretty. So let's go to sleep. I'm gonna rise up. There's something on the desert there, and I don't know what it is. We've got some new animals. We do indeed. And let me look at the map again and see which direction we're supposed to be going in to see what we were looking. Now you can see that there is actually a skeleton castle in that area, and that just looks like it might be mines. That doesn't look like a town. So I was trying to see if there was a desert town, because it's really evident with the villagers in the desert that they have a culture, that they are different, but I do not see any in that area. In this area, that is a mine. That isn't actually a village right there. And this is the skeleton village, and that's probably why that isn't a village right there. What is that? That's a mine too. That looks like mining right there. And of all the times when I need one of the villages to be, we've got a lot of mining in this area, don't we? You would think that there would be one village in this section. Let's go to the water here. Let's teleport to the water in this area, and then let's rise up here and go across to this sand part and see if we have a village as a part of this area. It's just a strip of land. Oh, that's a shame. I don't think we do, because that looks like the Oasis Town Hall. This is an Oasis Town Hall right here. I recognize that building. And yay, look at that. We've got climate control. We've got climate control. Yay, team. So we can go back in just a second and look, but I'm just gonna say, is that one? Dun 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 dun! Yay, we found a village. Oh, and this is what they look like. Mr. Villager, are you still here? Look what they look like. So this is, the biomes. And there they are. So these are the desert villagers. Hello. And let's find a desert farmer. There we go. There's a desert farmer right there. And desert villages I love, because we still have females in the desert, which is nice. And wow, there's a lot of cactus here. But yeah, I guess we're in the desert. So, and look at this. Look at how close they are to this other. What is this? Wow. I have not seen this one. Oops, that's a house. Don't want to go in there. We're going to go up and around. Whoa! Quicksand. Oh no, I can't rescue her. Quick, can I rescue them? Oh no. Oh, she's going to die. I can't get to her. There we go. Whew. Oh my God, I'm so happy you didn't die. It's quicksand. Oh no, I just fell into it too. No, stop. I can't get her out. She keeps going. Oh, she's gone. She's gone. Oh, man. All right. So there's quicksand, obviously, and we're going to help them. We're going to cover the quicksand with... I forgot about quicksand, that in these areas there are actually quicksand pieces. And I'm going to take this away. This is quicksand right there and right here. All of this is quicksand. And I'm just going to do this in this part. This isn't. Man, oh man, just lost that woman. That's a shame. I'm sorry. I just lost her and I got excited. I wasn't supposed to. I disturbed Vincentius Primus. Sorry. Yeah, I was trying to get over here. And is this quicksand? No, this isn't. Wow. But look at this area here. This is really nice, but I think that this is skeleton country. This is their cities that they put in. Oh, oh God. Oh my God, that scared me half to death. Yes, they are still here. Hello, baby. I don't know how anyone can kill you. You're so adorable. You're just so adorable. You're so adorable. Yes, so that's why there are no villagers over here. This is actually Skeleton Town. What just broke there? Did you hear that? That was interesting. This is kind of scary here. But yeah, that's what we found. And so, yeah, they'll stay over there and the townspeople aren't going to come into this area. I could put fence here to keep them from coming. And why don't we do that for a second? We're just going to fence this part right here so that those wild nether hogs can't come over to this part. And this area here, they're not going to come around on that side. Look at this. This is beautified. Us having actual vines growing up. Oh, and look. Yeah, that is so cool. There we go. So there's the farmers and then, of course, camels. So we should head back. Yes, we should. So what I was trying to show Mr. Villager was talking about doing cultural villagers. And I was trying to show him that, oh, the biomes has already done that. So these are the villagers in the desert. And when you go to snow places, the villagers actually also, let me see if I come up high enough. Or if I don't, I can just go back and land in the water. See, that's how far away that is from where we are. We're right here. And if I land in the water here, I should be okay. Teleport to here. And there we are. Sure enough. Look how high up I was and look how low I am here. So let's go back and let's look at our hothouse and see what it says now. I'm sorry, I'm going to cough. Sorry about that. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, let's come in. And let's see. Jungle! Look at this! It's jungle! Excellent! So now we can grow rice. And that is what we want to grow here. We want to grow Minecolonies rice. right here, and we'll put it here. Now there is rice in the warehouse, so she should request it and it should come. And here we want to grow soy. Oh, but only one of them got done. Oh, hold on. So let's come here and see how we can get the other field done. So there's one that says rice, hot and humid, but it's not ready yet. The other field isn't ready. One of two biome variations. This is supposed to be hot and humid, but it's not fully changed yet. I think she needs more materials to change it. And she doesn't have enough. See how the water is all gone. We can have these picked up. So let's request a pickup of those empty bottles. And let's see. Lava, buckets of lava, and large bottles. And how many are here? So there's 10. Yeah, there's 10 and 2 buckets of lava. So those are things that we don't have enough for another field, and I think that's what's happening. So let's look at the temperature materials again and see what other kind of materials we want. We were going to do blocks of coal. We do have blocks of coal, and I think I want to try doing some blocks of coal. We don't have to save blocks of coal for it. Magma would be better. No, I'd rather do magma. I want to do stuff that's specific. I don't like the lava so much because it's dangerous, but we could do magma blocks and do a bunch of them. And I think I'm going to pick magma to be here and instead of these. But we'll leave that for right now. Let's go to the humidity. Let's go to humidity, and we have water, and let's come here and see. And this is the one where I want to add the wet sponges. I'm going to add wet sponges to here. And I'm going to put wet sponges. And magma. Now we have at our Narlook, we know that there are magma, what would you call them? Places where we can get the magma from. There are plenty of them there, so we wouldn't even be depleting them. And wet sponges, we have tons of them from our Narlook because it's underwater. And we even have some at the other, at Seabridge too. So both of those can actually be done really easily. And I would rather do those. See how much water bottles it takes. So I'd rather not do the water bottles. For that, we're going to take it off because water is being used to bake with and to do other things. So I'd rather just have wet sponge for that. And for here, let's look here, and we're going to have magma blocks for here. I suppose I shouldn't take away the water just yet until I'm sure that I can get the other, because she can at least request water, and that'll take care of that part. So let's do that. And it is working. The biome is actually changed. So this is now a hot and humid biome, and look at it. Look at what the ground is saying. Look at the temperature in here. I love those indications. That is very cool. And so she should get some rice delivered so that she can start growing it and changing that field into a rice field, which she can do right here because rice is what is needed. And she just needs, I know what she needs. She needs the things that the farmers need. So in the minimum stock, let's add, she's a level 3, so she can use iron. Let's get her a farm instrument. Let's get her 3 of these. 3 farm tools. And so she's got that one. And let's do that. And then let's get her axes just in case. I don't know. So we'll add axes to it. We'll add 3 axes. Iron axes. And we'll do that. And so she has some tools. Does she need a shovel? We could add a shovel. Add 3 iron shovels to here. Because I don't know what she needs yet. And then we'll see what she uses. You're hearing Vincentus Prime is snoring. Yes, you are. He is fast asleep. And so we have that. And there we go. Yes, the particle stuff is really cool. And that is a nice touch. I agree. That's a nice touch. That is saying that this area is hot and humid. And this one is not done yet. This one she hasn't done yet. It's not finished. It's still plains temperature. And so she has to work on that one. And she hasn't worked on it yet. So this is good. And yes, you are hearing him snoring. He is fast asleep. So I did disturb him a little bit when, and I'm not close enough to him to get him to change his position so that his breathing isn't affected. I think he's okay. He's just gonna snore. You would fill it with more glass? I agree that I would like it to be glassed in. But if you look here, let's come up here, let's come up and let's look at the ground for a second, and let's go to Gardener, G-A-R, greenhouse is what it is. And look at the greenhouse. Is that the one? That's one of the smaller ones. Let's go to spruce field, and let's go back here. We have greenhouse, and this is the large greenhouse, level 5. See, there still isn't any glass on the outside. So I agree with you. I would put the glass, I will probably fill the glass in these areas here to make it seem more like this is what's going on here. So we can see some end stone right there. So when it gets up to a level 5, there's going to be end stone pieces. And look at the sea. Wow, look at the sea lanterns. Look how many. Yeah, no, it isn't. It isn't, and that's the reason why. I knew that, and that's why I wanted to show it to you, that he doesn't have it in this section. And this is the largest one. The others are smaller. So if we go back to, this is an acacia greenhouse. Oh, now there's a large one. Okay, and the level 5. So they all still have the same look. They're just made out of different woods. And we use the spruce because we're closer to spruce trees. Will I do it then? Yeah, when it's a level 5, absolutely, I'll put glass in. When it's a level 5, I will glass in the fields right even here and put glass doors here and have all of these entrances be glass doors that go into, and we'd have to change the little decoration that they have here, which is sort of like arcology, where they have those stair pieces that make the windows look a certain way. We'd have to either put the glass on the outside which we could do. Ooh, we could use glass panel and put it on the outside of the building. Oh, that's excellent. And that would work perfectly. That wouldn't destroy the look of the building, and it would still be completely glassed in. I like the idea of that. And as a matter of fact, we could almost do it now, except see this right here? See that line? That means that every time that they do something, they're going to remove everything that isn't a part of the build within this line. So we can't put the glass in until after it's a level 5. So yeah, so we're good. We're good. And thank you, Mr. Villager. Yeah, no, I had intended that because I had seen that before that it didn't have, and this is why I wanted to show it to you. So we're not building the acacia one, we're building the spruce one, the spruce field. There's the small field, but I can't use a small field. I don't know that it works like a plantation. This is what I'm going to ask. Does it work like a plantation? Because if it does, then we need a couple more fields. We need some cold, or we're going to, ooh. In the Coco Niños, we don't even need cold fields, X. So we need hot fields because we can't grow rice and soybeans. So we need hot fields in order to do that. And there's a delivery coming in now. And I think it's the tools that she needs to start working. Let's hope so. Nope. It wasn't yet. Oh yes. Yes, it was. I think that was the tools for her to start working. So she is going to start doing some things. Oh, no, it was stuff to make this hot, I think. Yeah, I think it was stuff for that, because now she's still asking. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to get that going. But let's show this for a second. So we have some more. Let's come here. Let's go to here. Let's go to at trade post. PRABE post. Okay, so I thought that the new foods were part of Minecolonies, and they are because they modify Minecolonies, but they are included on the list of foods. But we have some new foods that we can grow, and let's see if I can find them. No, they're not in JEI either, so they're not showing on JEI yet. And so we'll just have to wait, because we can grow broccoli. Let's show the broccoli, BRO, and broccoli is for a cold biome, so all we have to do is build another farm in the Coco Niño area, and I think we can do that. And then you think it needs to be assigned to a farmer? I don't think it can, and that's what I'd have to ask. That field would have to have a gardener, not a farmer, and that's the thing that I want to see. Yeah, because it needs that whole interface, and they have a separate place. They have a separate house. So see here when you look at this. So the greenhouse, large and small, and then come back here and the field. So the small greenhouse is this piece right here with nothing attached to it. And so then you have this, and then you have a small field attached to it. And that would be the smaller field. If I wanted to have a small field, I'd still need another one of these buildings for it. And so yeah, that's why we would need. However, we're in a cold biome. If we want to grow broccoli, so there's two things there's a couple things that we can look at. There were cucumbers. Let's come to here. Cucumbers, CU, and cucumbers are temperate, so we don't need a special place to grow cucumbers. We can grow them here. Broccoli was the other one. Broccoli, and I can't remember the other. I don't remember what the other food was. Do you remember, Mr. Villager, what the other food was? I don't remember. I would so love to have broccoli cheese casserole as one of the foods. That is going to be fun. But in order to do that, one of these fields over here could be turned into that kind of field. So see this ground right here? This is the coconinios right here. Back here is also coconino. And we are having, we're having Cash put in a field here when he comes back to work. And this field would be able to grow the cucumber. No, the broccoli. The broccoli can grow from this field. But this also means that we might need another farmer in this area. Because we have 3 farmers. We intend to have 4. And 4 3s are 12 fields. And we already have 12 fields. So to have more than that, because the fields over here are smaller, I might maybe have them have 4 fields or 5 fields because they're smaller fields here, and I could do that. Or I can have another farmhouse in the area. So I think that's one of the things that I'll look at. Let's come over to the people who were supposed to go back to work. Remember Cash and Zoe were supposed to go back to work. So let's come here. Their kid grew up, and it'll show that they're homeless, and that means that we'll put Cash back here in his shop, and then we'll come up here to where he lives, right here, and we'll have Cash be here, we'll have Zoe be here, and we're going to move Brooke out. We're going to move Brooke into a different house. Brooke has decided now that they had decided to form a relationship. Cash and Zoe did. Cash was in love with Brooke in the beginning, but then Brooke moved out. She wanted to live in this house, and at the time he didn't want the commute from this house, and so he liked his house. He liked being upstairs from his place, so he didn't move with her. And so Zoe moved in, and when Zoe first moved in, she absolutely, let's move Brooke in here, she absolutely did not want to be, wait, that's Emery. Hold on for a second. Let's move Brooke out for a second. Let's come over here and see who's here. Is this Tobias? This is Eli here. This would be interesting. She's too far away. This is too far away for her to be. So let's come over here, and I think 2 people live here. Hold on, let's see. This is Tatiana and Tobias, and they have to live here too. So I'm short a home. If we moved Emery over to the other house, we could do that. So let's unsign Emery. And let's put Brooke here. Brooke's within range if she lives here. And I think she'll be happy with this house, having this house in respect to the fact that she's losing the apartment up here. This was supposed to be for the mason, but the crusher and the sifter are living there. And let's put Emery in here. So Eli and Emery are close to each other as far as work is concerned, and they have formed enough of a relationship where maybe they will be a couple. Right now they're just going to share the house together, and Brooke has her own house. since Zoe and Cash raised a kid together, they are kind of a family. We'll see if they have a kid when the next time comes. We'll see if they're one of the ones that gets a kid, and that'll be interesting to look at. What is that? Oh, that's something that's sitting on the top shelf. Let's see. And you're waiting for bread, and I will work on that. We'll just put that there. So he does have a bread. He does have the bread dough that he can do. And does he have it so he can bake bread? Let me just make sure he has a recipe for baking bread. And I think that's it. I think we are done. I think I'm going to have to go. And we do have bread being, we do have a recipe for that. And he does have a crafting recipe. Wait, I didn't enable it? I thought I enabled it. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so that's why she hadn't gotten it yet. And cake, just for a second. Let's look. Do we have cake? Because I might have disabled the cake as well. Let's enable cake now. I think we have enough foods that we can do that. And I think we're good to go. Okay. And cookies. Are the cookies enabled? They are. Okay, excellent. So that is just to get those things done. And it is raining, and I'm just going to stand right here under the bakery roof here. Everyone's gone to bed. And thank you, everybody. Yes, we've gotten started. We know what we're going to do. We know what materials we want for those houses, and we'll get started on that. We can see Gilbert and Yasmin are upstairs asleep, and yeah, so this is where we will be now. We are going to be in Twitch tomorrow, and the permanent record of what's going on in Jalapari is I don't have a, we'll just be right here. The permanent record is in YouTube, so you can see the growth of the town from the very beginning in YouTube. Yesterday's Twitch, today is June 4th, and yesterday's Twitch is still available if it is close to June 4th, 2026 for you. If not, it might not be there anymore, so you can see what we did yesterday in getting ready. And yeah, already, unfortunately, yeah, that's a whole 3 hours. I'm actually over the 3-hour mark. And enjoy your games, everyone. Mr. Villager, obrigado. Thank you for being here. If Ayush was here, I would say thank you to Ayush as well. And it seems glad to be here. Oh, good. I hope you have a good day too. And with your add-on, yes. I definitely do. I wish you a lot of good wishes for your add-on. And here we go. We've been listening to Drone Hands music in the background, and we're going to listen to Vincentius Primus right now. So here we go. Bye for now, everyone. Bye for now.